And the vehicle of the week is going to be a 2021 Mercedes GLE 350, receiving the full interior and exterior cleaning. And if you look at it from the outside, you're like, oh, why is it even bothering? This thing looks immaculate. It looks amazing. And it kind of does, right? But so check this out. This is what they call it's a CRI 95 light, and that light imitates sunlight. If you look right here, you see how that's all chewed up? All that stuff scratched up. And what happened was they were going through drive-through car washes. And unless you're going through a touchless car wash, this sort of thing happens. You see how it's all marked up? So we're going to have to get that all out of there. It's going to take a while. But that's all right. Nice looking car, though. And again, like I said, I don't know if this is coming out or not, but the whole thing's going to need to be polished out. I won't mess with the inside this time. Normally I go on the inside, but the inside's in pretty darn good shape, so we're not even going to mess with that. I mean, we're going to get it cleaned up and everything, but there's really no need to show you the interior because it's just going to get cleaned out. No big deal. But the lights are going to get protected. We're going to get that 1-year sealant on there, and it should be good to go. The tires are a little bit dirty, so they're going to need to get degreased and cleaned out. But so we'll get started on this thing and see how it turns out. All right, so real quick, this is my setup. So I have my hose coming from the from the spigot coming across here, and then it's going right through here. Right, this is the water softener. It comes down through here, boom, boom, and then it goes in here, and then that produces that soft water. So I'm going to show you guys, how I do a light polish, and this is something you can do. This isn't like a full paint correction. This isn't like a 3-stage paint correction. This is just something that, if you go through drive-through car washes or your car's kind of getting a little bit marred up and it's not extensive, right? I can show you how to get that paint looking pretty much brand new, and you can see it here in the video, but I'm going to show you here in a second how I do it. All right, so now we got the lights off, and you can see that circle there. Boy, that thing, it's pretty trashed up. You can see it now. And I could probably close the garage door and really kind of show you how bad it is, but it's pretty hot in here, so I'm going to leave that open for now, and we don't have much wind. But anyhow, the natural instinct for most people is whenever they're doing a paint correction is to turn on as much light as possible. I have 100,000 lumens in here, and again, the instinct is to turn on every light in here and get as much light so we're doing the correction right. And that is not the way you're going to want to do that. Hopefully this is coming through. So anyhow, I put about 5 drops on here. A lot of times they'll use 4, but so, yep, this is a little bit marked up, but this is a white polishing pad, and I've already primed it, and I've already tested on the panel, so I know I'm getting a good cut, right? So I take about 4 to 5 drops, and I'll just kind of put them in there, and then we'll work it onto the panel. And then, here, headphones in here. And then we're going to work in a 30-inch area, because you can only polish in an area that's about 6 times the size of the pad. And again, you'll see a lot of these guys on these videos, and they'll do the whole panel, and you'll see them going down there. It's not going to work like that. It's only if you're just laying out product, that's not a problem. But if you're trying to get cut and you're trying to go through the scratches, you can only polish about 5 to 6 times the size of the pad. So this is a 5.5-inch pad, and I know now. So we're only going to be able to do about this size right here. Okay. Otherwise, what will happen is you'll start losing cut, and then you'll get an uneven polish. All right, so before we actually polish the panel, what we're going to do is we're going to use a panel prep. Man, hopefully I can see this. Thing is, we're going to use a panel prep. I use this Mother CMX. You can use whatever you want. You can make your own. There's ones online, but I just prefer to just buy it and just be done with it, right? So anyhow, we have this pad. I don't use those. They have those Sam's Club and those Costco brand towels, and I use those for cleaning, but I do not use those for polishing because they have an edge on them, and that edge can cut that paint, and it'll cut it, and I don't like messing with that. So it's better off to just spend a little more money and get a better microfiber towel. So we're just going to wipe this down nice and gently. Get this all cleaned up, and then we're going to get it polished out. Okay. And I'll show you how I do it. just going to lay that out. And then once we get this thing going, what will happen is we're going to make four passes on this. And we're going to overlap each pass by about a half an inch. We're not going to just go around like this. We're going to overlap it a half an inch, and that'll give us a lot more cut, okay? Okay, so now we have a clean microfiber, and we're going to clean that off. And what I don't do, I got my stuff here. What I don't do is I don't wipe the product off. I don't wipe it off with a dry towel. I always make sure that it's damp or the panel is damp. Because again, like I told you, what can happen is you can scratch it. If this thing's dry, it just seems to mark. Especially if the paint's like real delicate. On these Mercedes, not a problem. But you start dealing with like Infiniti and Nissan, and man almighty, dude, it's bad. Subaru's real finicky too. You got to watch out. All right, and there's the finished product on that panel. That's it. Boy, that looks nice. And that thing's protected for up to a year, so that's gonna be cool, man. All right, we're moving on. Moving along.